In this video, I want to, and this will be one of a couple, maybe three or four, that I set the stages we need to work through in this paper we're writing. And I hope that, I mean, there is going to be room for creativity within these divisions, but I would like you to follow this organization. One, it's a good pedagogical device when you follow the model. And, follow it. Part of earning your right to deviate is to spend time following the model. And second, it'll just help us together organize our way through this material. All right. So within the general order that I give you and I'm asking you to follow, you can of course, be creative in the examples you bring, the different observations you might place within those categories. And I don't mind minor additions, all right? But I would like, in general, these steps to be followed. So if you want an extra step, or if you want to develop something more at length than I am suggesting here, I think I'm okay with that. Let's just see how it reads. But please don't omit any of these steps, okay? So if you're having trouble seeing this, I would zoom up the camera or go full screen for sure. And, we start off with the funnel here. And we have yet really to talk about a good opening strategy. But we'll discuss that later. And see, now what I want us to do is get an idea of what this is looking like to this point, and then we'll develop it further on. Then we'll come back and add. And so this will truly be a linear process, but also in the linear process, there's going to be a sub-process or another recursive activity. We'll come back and, we need to fix, let's add another example here, but, in the main, we're going to keep on working down, but, maybe we should add another paragraph up here somewhere, so we'll be coming back and going down. So, you introduce your topic. It's retirement strategies in America. Why is retirement important to Americans? What are some of the strategies out there? Okay, and then at the end of this section, I don't want you to think necessarily in paragraphs, but in the end of the section, we come down to the idea of, well, we're gonna focus on stocks. Now, why are we doing this? Well, very pragmatically, for the reason that we just don't have enough paper, time, the scope. We haven't allowed this project to be the scope of this project is not wide enough to include everything. So we're going to focus on something. We want this to be readable in one sitting, somewhat enjoyable, definitely educational, and at the end, convincing of our position. We're going to focus on stocks to do this right, to make it manageable. And we're just going to have to say, some of the insights gleaned from this can be applied to other types of strategies, okay? But there are other reasons we pick stocks, remember? They seem to be mostly representative of most investment strategies. Retirement seems to, in America, just mean investment. Early on, so that you can enjoy the fruits of the investment, the interest, or the growth of the money, when you need to in your old age, when you are no longer pulling in a regular salary through active work. But, because retirement's involved in investment, stocks is a clear picture of this. So it is representative of things that happen in different strategies that will not necessarily say, okay, we're stock trading. But at the end of the day, they actually are. A couple removes back from the surface activity you think they're involved in. And it's all legal. I'm not saying they're hiding it from you, but if you give your money into a bank, for example, in a savings account, and they're using that money for something, and some banks will use it to trade, and some of that trading is going to be on the stock market. So that's what I mean. A lot of the actual things that you can do to invest are actually, at the end of the day, dealing with stocks. So in some way. Now, remember what I said. Feel free up here to say there are other retirement strategies, right? For example, bonds. We didn't really get into that. Say, no, just to limit our focus, it's going to be stocks. If they're representative. Another way they're representative is that they involve risk. Okay? And so when we look at how risk is managed here, that lesson, that sort of thing, can be applied to other retirement strategies. It involves growth. Okay, so this is another way it's representative. You know, you want to have a capital, a principal that is growing through time, and that's exactly what. See, now people can understand that very clearly with stocks. So the big pull here, okay, the big pull here for a lot of people is about stocks is that, hey, now I say here popular pull, and I think it's a little over much because it's not as simple as it looks, as we found out. But the pull is, hey, anybody can really understand it. I mean, you can basically fool yourself into thinking at the beginning, I understand this. You know, you buy low, you sell high. What's the big hoopla about this? You know, that's what you do. And people feel they can do it, especially with the means that are available. We'll talk about that in a second. That you know, I can actually manage my portfolio myself, and there just seems to be in the media, in the popular imaginary, or I should just say in the culture's imagination, for the most part, this idea that stocks are where it is. And it might be a misunderstanding, but it's there nonetheless. I think it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video so it doesn't get too long. We'll come right back and continue on with this.